Hello, how's everybody going? What's going on? I'm going to say something that you haven't heard in a while. TGIF. People stop saying TGIF because it's always whatever day it is. We should come up with a new day name because that's the day every day. I think every day is either Tuesday or Sunday because of what's going on. But TGIF. We used to say that back before the apocalypse. The pop quiz, without looking at the banner down there because I help you cheat. What's the date? People barely know the day anymore. They don't know the date. They've lost track of it. I mean, I was never good at it, especially the date, but they don't know. Um, it seems like they want us to wear masks again. They're pushing again, and they're giving another final deadline about mask. Um, and there aren't enough masks, and they don't want us taking N95 masks from first responders. I have N95. I have a regular because I use the N95 when I'm doing the professional stuff, but it's weird. So I'm going to wear a lesser mask when I'm not on duty because my life doesn't matters less. It always does, but it matters the same. I just really worry that people are they're hoarding these things. I see people making masks, and a lot of these masks are for morale. They're not functional masks. So that's part of my problem. Do I believe that everybody should have good masks to wear? Absolutely. Do I believe that tricking people into thinking that a substandard mask is going to help with their safety and it has the ability to block the particles? And no, it's not. Parts per million, it's not going to block it. You need tight. You need tight, not like this. Um, so just if you're going to wear a mask, wear the best you can. I guess something is better than nothing if it makes you feel good. But health wise, the right thing to have is just the right thing to have. It's that simple. And with your mask, please, with all your personal protective equipment, um, treat it accordingly. You've got to contain it. You can't take a mask off or the gloves and throw them on the counter in the kitchen. You can't drag them into the house. You can't do any of that. Um, just be careful with that because then you're cross contaminating. You're defeating the purpose. The weather's been nuts. It's like 4 seasons in one day. We've had a couple of those. Uh, we're seeing a little bit more of that odd weather, which is kicking up allergies. And I think people are getting allergies and confusing that with this because we're hyper aware of our condition right now. Don't, you know, if you get something at the beginning, try taking an allergy medicine like you normally do and see if that helps with it. Fever is what you really want to monitor for um, to know that you've got something. And just be careful. Clean your hands. Um, Hand sanitizer, not advertising, but hand sanitizer works well. Uh, but you don't want to over clean your hands either. I see people that will walk around and clean their hands every 5 seconds. Clean them when necessary because there is good bacteria on the hands that you can kill and can make you immune deficient also. So don't go crazy with the hand sanitizer. And double down whenever you're near somebody that's at risk. We don't want to impact the at risk community, but so what do you guys got planned for the weekend? Do we even do that anymore? Is that even a thing? I see the state stores are opening back up, a percentage of them, which is something we just talked about like a day or two ago on this. So I think the governor's watching and maybe should listen to us more. But they're opening the state stores back up because they're going to at least start doing online sales to begin with. We're losing a tremendous amount of money, and that money goes to help various aspects, most notably the elderly, in a time when we will need more money. So it's not a wasteful thing, and I'm not advocating drunken pre-apocalypse, mid-apocalypse debauchery, but people are going to get their alcohol from New Jersey or Delaware, and they're going to transmit things over there. and they're going to make the money. People are going to drink are going to drink. And what's worse than that is if people that are going to drink don't drink, that's going to be a problem. You think you got a problem now. People that don't drink, don't drink. And three cheers for the internet, which has stayed up throughout this. I don't know how does the internet go down on a 3-day weekend or over Thanksgiving or whatever. But through this, when over 20% of the population is working from home and stuff on it and just on it and lean on it heavy, it hasn't gone down. Knock wood, um, you know, uh, knock wood. The that's been good. And thank you to all the people that keep the internet working and keep the infrastructure running. I can't thank them enough or often enough. I don't think they get the credit, even on these commercials. They're not getting all the credit they deserve because they are the true unsung people because you don't know who they are. They're in the background. All the people from wastewater management to delivery people to utility workers down the line. Those are the people that never get any glory. We always see the other ones in the limelight because they're the people that we're used to featuring. We need to start featuring everybody that helps and modestly featuring them. A little humility in our ads, that would go a long way. I got a lot of feedback on the one story, the human trafficking story. I hope that helps. I will be doing a follow up on that, and I I've fortunately never been impacted by that uh, through anyone I know, but I've dealt with people that have been impacted that weren't personally connected to me, and it's not the same kind of connection. It's a bit of a connection, and it gives me a unique perspective because I'm not immediately able to relate to it, but I can relate to the genuine human suffering and the genuine pain that I see in people. Without being distracted by my own emotions on that topic. And that is a unique way to be able to see it. And it is a real thing. It hurts. I think what happens with human trafficking, I think it gets mixed in with other things where they say the person just ran away, the person just needed time. And I think that that's where it dwells in that chaos. And the internet fuels it with this anonymity and able to meet people and people to feed into the emotional insecurity of young people. If you see any signs in your children, and I'm not going to give an age range because children are children their entire life. Till the day the parents die, they're their children. They're always their children. But if you see any signs, keep in mind that there are agencies you can reach out to. And just the first line of defense is you. The first line of defense is you talking to your children and keeping on them. And some people want to be their children's friends and they want to do that. Now, your job is to keep your children alive and keep them safe. And if you have to not be their friend to do it, more power to you. Uh, uh, and I'll probably be doing an interview soon. And I don't know. I have a couple I haven't put up, but I've been enjoying. It's been a good release for me between this writing and doing work and catching up on stuff. But I really want to get back to actively going out and avoiding people for my own choice. That's the goal. I think that's the goal for all of us. And I hope that everybody enjoys their quote weekend. And I will talk to you soon. And as always, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay smart. And please be careful out there. Or like he say, remember, let's be careful out there. Take care.